Hello, Internet. Might I say you look very charming today. It occurs to me that we have not yet properly introduced ourselves. Gosh, my hair's going to look horrible now. Hang on, I'm going to make it look even more horrible because I'm bizarre. Horrible hair making hair horrible with horribleness. It's more fun if you do it with a hairbrush because then it goes all fluffy and insane and then it's like you're an escaped mental patient or someone who's just extremely bad at looking after their hair. I'm Summer. Like the season, except that summer's my least favourite season, so it's kind of sort of ironic and cool, except not actually cool because it's just kind of amusing in a droll sort of way. And you're the Internet, and I am Summer, and I'm bored. I suspect that's why most of these sort of video whatchamacallits get up on YouTube. It's because people are bored and they have nothing better to do than to talk at their screens, except it is kind of better than that, because you're talking at your screen and you're alone in your house and there was no one there, but you are talking to people who you may not even ever meet or ever exchange words with, but you are exchanging thoughts and ideas and a small portion of your soul, if you want to be ridiculously overly poetic, which I do, with them through the medium of just through the Internet. You're talking to people who you will never see 1,000 million miles away, but they are right there. That's because performances are awesome. I think live performances are even awesomer because you're all breathing the same air, and that performance will never be quite done in quite the same way ever again, and it's just beautiful and amazing, and I think performances are awesome. I think most things are awesome. I'm kind of one of those innate fangirls. Is quite a good description of me, actually. And introduce myself. Yes, I am sick of living in second-hand stories. I told myself I am tired of just not living in real life exactly, but just sort of experiencing snippets and fragments of it through various things that I like and various people that I like observing. My chair keeps on creaking. That's quite disconcerting. I'm going to sit slightly forward now, so I can stare at you intensely. Intense stare! Yes, Sarah Kay is my favourite spoken word poet because she is awesome, and she has said interesting things about stories. She basically likes doing spoken word poetry because it means she can share small, parts of what it's like to be her with other people, but mostly because she likes to know what it's like to be other people, because it surprised her when she was a child that she would only ever be herself, and I find that's beautiful, and it makes me sad because I don't do anything and nothing happens to me, and that was meant to sound like John from Sherlock, but it really didn't. I guess I'm not very good at being a soldier, tag-along, loyal person with a gun and sort of army jackety thing who was like, fate was left hanging in the most hideous cliffhanger ever. Thanks, Sherlock. Lovely of you. See, fangirl, it defines me. It defines my chin. It defines me. Fangirl. So I was like, I don't have any stories. Oh, whoa, how can I possibly do all this fun performance-y thing that I so adore when I don't have any stories to share on account of not living at all? But then it occurred to me that this may be something that other people won't experience either. I mean, they'll never know what it's like to be someone who's not really alive and just sort of living precariously in second-hand stories that are all dusty and old and make you sneeze, but somehow the items on the shelf, you love them because they have stories inside them that you may never know, like second-hand books that you get, and they're battered and like they're worn. And this copy of a Woodhouse book that I got from the library the other day, someone had gone through making corrections to a couple of typos in with a blue ink pen, and I think that's beautiful. And my copy of Good Omens is second or third or fourth hand. You can never tell with Good Omens. It travels, and it's written to someone else whose name I don't remember. A funny book for a boring journey, and I love that there's a story contained in that. Like, it's just beautiful. I love second-hand stories, really, so I'm not going to complain that I'm not living in quite the way I'd like to, because everyone always bloody does that. It's just like a habit of human beings to be like, wow, my life is horrible, why can't I have that other person's life that isn't mine? Why can I not have this thing? It's very, very human, very, very, very extremely, intensely, gloriously human. But I shall not do that. I am me, Internet. That is who I am. I am Summer. I am a fangirl. And I have changed. I obviously must have changed somewhat, even though I'm going to turn 18 in 2 days-ish, on October the 1st, which is the same as the birthday of Charlie McDonald, whose videos are awesomeness. October the 1st, except it won't actually be the same day, will it really, because he's in, like, a different country, but still, anyway, yes, 18 in 2 days, and it feels exactly the same as when I was going to turn 17, and I was, like, despairing of the world, because it was like I was this age and I hadn't done any of the things that I was meant to have been doing, and that made me sad. Like, almost exactly the same feeling, actually. It's like with cheese, except my flavour and maturity had not increased noticeably in the ensuing time, but fortunately I don't have blue veins all lustered into my skin, because that would be kind of disturbing, but also kind of cool image, so someone should write that. Almost, but not exactly the same, because a while ago I made a character for a roleplay which was to do with the Mafia or something, and it was a Time Lord character, and I couldn't decide what my Time Lord name would be, and I went with the Nameless. But now I would go with the Entertainer. Because it's just me. I'm rubbish at performing, but it's what I like to do. It's what I love to write about. It's what I love to see. It's what's like the main quality in many, many people and things that I adore. Hello, Internet. I am Summer. Hello, Internet. I am the Entertainer. I am the seller of second-hand stories. I am the teller of second-hand tales. I am the dweller of all these webs of things that I adore. I am the Entertainer. This is my home. And you, hang on. You are most welcome here. I look forward to a delightful acquaintanceship. Is that a word? Acquaintanceship? Relationship. A long and fortuneful and continued acquaintanceship. Internet, you are lovely.